Okay, so we're gonna do a Aslain mod pack for World of Tanks guide, and you're gonna have your window here. As you can see, I've kind of blown it up so you guys can see better. It's about 5 by 5 inch box. We're gonna click on Show Preview Window. Go to Next. This is where it's telling you that it works. Aslain is his own XVM configuration. It's pre-installed, and we have wargaming compliant, approved, checked, complying, all the things. It works, it's legal, cannot get you banned from anything that's in this mod pack. Happy days. Next, updates with each what's been put back in or fixed. Here you choose which of your clients, if you have multiple clients like I do. We're going to do NA today. EU Asia. Haven't updated Asia for a while, but that's okay. Next, it's going to bring you both a massive list, which I'm going to have to shrink down so you can see this a little better. Okay. Think that'll work. And we need to bring up the assistant, the preview that we're going to have. Pop. Nope, that's not the preview. That's the checking for updates thing. Why is it not? Hope I can get two copies of the same thing, but my preview, there's my preview image. Bear with me. This is a little different running these things in such a way. Okay, there's the preview. Hopefully that'll be a good size. We have preview image, we have our list we're working with. Now the list is massive, I do admit that right away. Not everything has a preview, and we're going to scroll down, and right there's the first one I use. The HP bar, I do run slim, thick. The HP is on the bar, slim. The HP left is below the bar. That's as simple as that. Star marker, a little star next to your tank name telling me that you are driving a premium vehicle or a tech tree one if it doesn't have the star. Colored text with black outlines because it makes things a little easier to read. Damage to the default size. Again, this one is one of the first ones that has no preview. I run vehicle HP current. I don't care what the total is. I want to know how much they currently have. Percentage, if you're good with math and percentages, good for you. I want to know current HP because that tells me the number, how many shots I can expect to need to kill that vehicle. Stock turret marker, explanations over here in our preview window. Red X means stock turret. I still run a little spotting or flip tank marker, which shows over the map. The weak shadow option, because it's a little bit, if I look at these images, I prefer, this is all your preference, what you want here. Battle loading, I run without stats and colors. There's your preview. For the advanced, this is what happens when I press my tab key. I get to see how many total battles the player has played. This is your average highest tier of the vehicles you own, not what you play. This is your rating overall. This is your win percentage. This is how many battles in the vehicle you're currently in. This is your performance percentage, wise win or lose in the vehicle you're in. This is your kill ratio in the vehicle you're in. These are the numbers I am more interested in when I run this because it's telling me this guy's new to this tank, this guy hasn't figured out how this tank works, or they're a master of the tank, or they're a unicum, or whatever. You know, this is useful information to an extent. Pretty much ignore the beginning XVM numbers because you'll find a lot of players who played 5,000 battles in a tier 4 and they've got 100 battles at tier 10. You know, their numbers are not reliable with this system. Take them with a grain of salt. Again, just sort of can be useful. Don't rely on it. Scrolling further down, I run the player panel, large panel. Again, this is the one that is without stats and colors. Start mode is the default start mode of large, because you can change the size of this up here. That's small, medium, large, basically up here. There's small, medium 1, medium 2, and large. I was just raw large. Transparency, standard WoT default, which is 60%. It's leaving you with a dark background. You can have it fully transparent if you wish. I think this makes it easier to read. Marker for the eye. This is telling me if it's currently spotted as green, grayed out, like hasn't been seen. Red, I believe, is the one for it's been seen but not right now. And then I have the option where it does hide the icon for undetected. So there's where that grayed out one is gone, as you can see here. Green, these are currently lit. Red, it was seen but is not being seen right now. Enable shadows for visibility of the text, everything. Show more visible frags on the player panel. This is making those numbers of how many kills players have pop a little more. Show flags selected by users. This is like your nation flag of if you're in XVM, if you've set this up. Friends marker puts a little green face next to player names if they're on your friends list. XVM minimap, all the things. This is putting all the little circles on. You know, it shows you, points to the red arrow to which circle you're looking at. Your maximum draw distance is a circle in red, which is a little hard to see in this preview image, but that is the red circle. Dynamic view range. View range while in motion is a different blue. View range with binocs, that's typically for like some tier 5, tier 6, whatever that I might have binocs on. Machine gun, SPG, thin red, I don't know. I just have them all on. All the information is there. Basically, the main ones are detection range. This is your 445 maximum view range. This is your maximum draw range. So you'll see on the map, if the icon's outside that red line, you won't be able to actually see it. You might still be able to blind fire at it. Going through the lines, this is the vehicle direction. That's which direction my vehicle is facing. Camera, turquoise, which direction I'm looking. Show icons for destroyed vehicles. I find that useful for, say there's a narrow passage, you want to avoid getting blocked by corpses. HP dynamic circles on the minimap. This is showing you how much AP by how much of the circle is there friendlies and enemies have. It doesn't necessarily, it's not necessarily current information. It will update when you see them again, someone else sees them again, and they're within your radio range. Sometimes you're looking at something, you think it's full health, and when you find it, it's actually half or less. But useful, provided the radio network of your team is updating you with what's left on your enemies. I prefer the full vehicle names. You can run short, which are just the abbreviations. and you can color them by the player rating if you wish. I just don't. It's not my concern. I don't care if the other player's a unicum or a tomato. Everybody has great games and bad games, so I don't worry about what their overall rating is. Here, this is the pressing Alt. I can see the names of the players. Icon scale is to the default, no preview. You can make them smaller, you can make them bigger. So all your minimap settings there. We're done. Damage logs. Have version 1. I used to have a draggable with mouse. I stopped dragging it around. I just let it be in the default position. XVM receive damage logs. Hiding central feedback. So this is your 1, 2, 3, 4. You blocked it. You ate damage. You rammed somebody, telling you all the things that have caused damage to your vehicle. I run colorblind mode, so purple, green. This is the XVM statistics. You can choose WoT Labs. WoT Labs also has a colorblind option. I like simple, less colors. And that's where this has better blues, which is true. If you look at the difference between the blue and those, I like this one. Preference, again, choose whatever you like. Duration of your 6 Sense icon. You can choose 10 seconds, you can choose 12. Now, I run 10, but I do tend to stay hidden a little extra if I feel like I need it. You can run 12 if you want to. That's basically including the extra things that someone can run that keep you lit a little longer. XVM icon, this is my 6 Sense. I use the Don't Panic because I am a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan. I've read all the books, so I like that one. There's lots of options here. You could have Monty Python with the rabbit run away. You have a Donald Trump, Witcher. There's tons of them. You have Stewie pop up, or that's not Stewie. Megamind, Stewie. You've been spotted. I like the Don't Panic. That's me. Again, whatever you want to have. This is a million choices. Then we come down to the garage things. So hiding promotional tank in the background. I do this because I don't want to see what they're selling. Hide event banner. Yep, block that too. Hide elite levels if you want. I leave it on. Hide elite widget in the profile if you want. Again. And when you're looking at this screen, this window with all the options, whoops, grab the wrong one. So I'm going to show you down here at the very bottom, tells you the memory space that your current selections are going to take. This is how big your Aslain Modpack is with whatever you selected. Now we're maybe a quarter of the way through the list, so I just want to point this out for people that are complaining about the size of Aslains. It's not as bad as you think it is. I'm going to leave that a little higher so we can see more. I think, yeah, we'll cut it off there. And again, hiding combat intelligence. This is the one that I guess you get your offers from Wargaming in-game. Show XP, price and XP when you're in tech tree and research page, showing the mastery on the tech tree, show account statistics next to the tank, up to you. I leave that one off as I will get to my Marks of Excellence tracker, which basically covers all the things that I care about. I do run the field mod thing. I find that useful. There are options here to have it look different. Red, green, oops, another red. I like the Roman numeral thing. This is literally telling me you're on stage 1. It looks like a mastery badge when the field mods are complete on the vehicle. Crew auto return XVM missing checkbox bug. I'm not sure. So I guess you can still run the old crew auto return. I think that was off when we were starting off. I'll have to fix that if it's not. Padlocks for your gold spending, free XP spending, or bond spending. So if you want to like make sure you don't accidentally spend, sure, that's going to take a couple clicks, so you can lock that out. So if you're in the store or something and you don't want to accidentally spend your bonds, leave those locked. You can go up to the top right, and well, there's the preview, right? So you come in here, and so now you have this little padlock. You click on it, it goes red. You can't spend your gold. You click on that, it goes red. You can't spend free XP. Garage clock doesn't have a preview, but that's how I have my local time up in the top right corner. So I'm in game. I am aware of what time it is, to at least to some extent. Carousels, I run 2 rows. I run them enlarged. I run the battle tier, so it's going to tell you the tier of the tank and what it's going to face. Mastery badge, MOE percentage, win rate over here, your numbers of battles played in the tank, and your average damage for the tank. Again, just useful stuff that I like to have on. You don't have to run it if you don't want to. Carousel transparency does not have a preview, but it's how see-through your transparency is. So if you want to see the pretty garage in the background, 100%. You want to block it out with the tank and I guess a black or grayed out background, turn it down to 25. Sorting, standard default for me. You can change how the tanks are sorted. I do like to have the ping. This is largely for when I'm playing on the EU. Does I get better ping, as this shows in this example, EU1 to EU2. Lots of options. We're not going to worry about the things I don't use. Replay, rewind, extended, because I do watch replays. Hide battle hints. Yep, don't care for their battle hints. Reload sound. This is where I have the guy from the movie Fury. It says on the way, which was actually the gunner in the movie. And there was actually a sound preview. I just realized that played in my ear. I was like, what the heck just happened? Okay. So again, lots and lots of options. All this stuff, non-XVMs, vehicle contour. You can make the game look crazily different if you wish. For me, extended zoom switcher. And I like this sniper mode here. Now, I don't want to go ever to 20, 30, whatever. What I like with this is it puts in an option between 4 and 8. So I can go to 6. 6, 8. This is, probably where I end up. 4, 6, and 8 are probably my most used zooms. And this mod just gives me that 6 option. Or you can go with these other crazy ones that go way up. I don't know why you would want to go to 50, 60 times zoom, but you do you. Down here, we disabled the gun shake after a shot. We disabled the red flash when an enemy hits your tank, so that red flash that you're seeing in the preview doesn't happen. Gun shake doesn't have the preview. Free camera and replays, again, because I like to watch replays. Armor penetration indicator, default, Colorblind color. This isn't going to show me anything. Okay, so there's no preview for that one. It's just an indicator that tells you sort of, does your shot have a chance in hell of penetrating what you're shooting at? Better reticle size, because it'll shrink down to what it's supposed to be. Reticle size limit remover makes it really shrink. I do run this sight because I like blue, as you might tell by channel colors and things. I like the blue and yellow theme. It's an alternative method of colorblind colors that I came across, and I was like, I like this. It's just for my eyes, I guess, And again, that guy would be purple because I'm using a colorblind. But I like this one. Gives you your zoom, gives you your distance to the target, how long your reload is, if you're ready or if you're reloading. All the things are there. This is the other one. So, no pen, pen. All the penetration indicators, battle equipment for when I'm streaming. People can see what I'm using on the vehicle. You can change it to the right side or only under Alt key. I leave it just running so it's always there when I'm in battle and people are watching the stream. Easy auto aim is how long your auto aim attempts to lock onto an enemy for. I set it for 2.5 seconds. Again, this is personal preference. You can go down to 1 second, go as long as 5 or infinite, which means you have to right click again to tell it to stop looking for an auto aim shot. Auto aim plus for wheeled vehicles. This option allows for using auto aim instead of the specific magnetic auto aim for wheeled vehicles. So, just something I use. I don't play a lot of wheelies, but I have been recently. I'm attempting to mark the Hotchkiss. Displayed text color from yellow to white. Again, just preference. I still run Safe Shot from old school. This has probably been one of my favorite mods in the game that I've used for the longest time. You click on your teammate and it tells them in the team chat they're blocking your shot. You can change the text of that. I have mine set to you're blocking the target or something like that, because I think this default is like you're blocking my target. What I'm trying to usually do when I click on a teammate with this is say, I could help you. Maybe you could take a quick glance at your map, see where I am, and move your tank so I can shoot the enemy and maybe save you. Because one of the things I really dislike with the game is when players are like, oh, there's no support. You didn't let us help you. Yes, it's risky. I wouldn't say put your tank on the opposite side of the enemy, where obviously all the enemy tanks are going to have free fire at you, but maybe move to the side, Or maybe see if your gun works at a distance instead of only from 2 meters away. Just kind of ideas and, a way of saying, hey, I could help you, but you're not letting me. Again, lots of things. You could run a chat filter for hate and spam. I have been interested in checking some of these out to see if it actually helps, but I haven't run them. I don't know how well they work or not. Coming further down, I have my hit logs. This is where we get to the Mark of Excellence thing. I am running the expected vehicle value. This has a lot of options, a lot of customization options. I like this one. I was able to set it to the colors I want, and yes, it is the biggest one, but to me it's also the best. I used to run, I think it was Lebwa here. I think it was this one. So this is showing you what it looks like in the garage. This is what it looks like in game. Again, now this preview is only in the in battle. All right, maybe it's the same. I think that one is the same in both screens, and this one is more showing you like I can't even make out what they're showing us here. Enlarge, that didn't help. So, but the preview doesn't do it justice. Expected vehicle values, for me, hands down the way to go if you're going to have a Mark of Excellence tracker. I still run it mostly just for information, not trying to get marks on every tank. Eventually, maybe I will, but I'm not that great of a player. At least I don't think I am. I think I'm average, maybe slightly above average. Consumable panel, I have it set to aqua. Again, tying in with my channel colors. My personal preferences to have things that are pleasant to my eyes. Um, you know, so a lot of this, again, just options. And it will usually tell you if something you've selected conflicts with something else. Some of them do not work with each other. I have the FPS limiter because my monitor does 165, so it's limited to 165. It's not trying to go beyond what my monitor can do. My other monitor does 144. So before I got the new monitor, it was a 144. Now it's a 165. Fog remover. This takes the game, and as you can see in this preview, everything's removed. Here you have the sun glare and the fog. Or you can just remove the fog and it'll look like that. You'll still have some sun glare on certain maps. So that sun glare over here will still be there, but the fog will be gone. I run both. Again, up to you how you want it to look. I know some people like this night sky. I'm not a fan of changing the way the sky looks. No clouds, rainy weather, whatever you want for the sky. If you want it, it's there. I'm not changing it. Garage. This is where we get to where you can choose. You can make, all your premiums gold tanks. I've seen some people run that. I don't. The only one I have here is crew icon, where I can have Quinn or Quinetic as a crew member. So as you can see here, you can put the Quinetic mask as a crew member on your crew. You could have a pink female if you want. You could have anime, minions. I did run minions for a while. I had minions here and I had the minion crew voices. So as I'm using it for me, I run battle results window sexy, anime 1, frost, beach party, girl in a bikini. Okay. I don't know what some of these are. Bayrak Tar. You have an interest in drones, I guess. Pinup girl, I have run in the past. I just tend to go with sexy. It's women that look like for the pinup thing. Cool. Happy days. Selected tank, I run the blue frame. Again, visual, my preference for my eyes. Personal reserves, also aqua. Daily bonus in blue. Vehicle parameters on a single list. This gets rid of the drop-down menus. So as you can see, for firepower and then survivability, mobility, and concealment are closed up. This makes it all one continual list. Gets rid of the drop-downs. Just personal preference. I'm like, why do I need to have separate lists? Let's show me everything on the tank, and I can just scroll up and down a little bit and see it all. Unanonymizer on battle results will you don't have to hover on the nickname of the players to see their fake and real names. It'll show you, I forget which is which, but fake and real names, just boom, there they are. And if you're on like the original scoreboard, it's showing you the real name. You have to click on them to see what the fake name was. Battle hits viewer. Still kind of wish that the death cam that Wargaming added worked like this. I think battle hits is still better. Or some sort of hybrid for that death cam they added. Replays manager, because yes, sometimes they upload replays. Extended friend list and blacklist just increases your list from, it says blacklist limit to 100,000, contact list to 3,000. So I'm going to bring this up so you can see that. That is a significant change. I'm not sure what the original limits are, but there you go. And for me, I don't really blacklist people. I mainly did that so I could just not have a limit on my friends list, or at least have a much bigger limit on my friends list. Random tank selection. This is our tank roulette option in the game. You can change the filters here to class, tier, whatever. Click that button, and as long as the tank has a crew in it, it'll come up under the roulette options and might be selected. If there's no tank crew in the tank, it's not going to be an option to the roulette. The roulette ignores the tanks that are missing even one crew member. If it's an incomplete crew, the tank randomizer will not pick it. And we have the auto equipment return. This is here. This sort of slows your game down a bit, but it moves all the equipment from vehicle to vehicle for you. You don't have to run, back and forth selecting it manually. It's faster than doing it manually, but a little bit slower than if you have every vehicle sitting there with equipment on it. This, I say, and as it says on here, for WoT Plus users. If you don't have WoT Plus, don't use it. It's not going to do anything for you. I do run WoT Plus on the NA. I do not run it on the EU. But as we're on the NA, this will allow me to sell off millions and millions of credits worth of equipment, and now I'm slowly starting to buy a few pieces extra here and there just to make sure I can equip more tanks, because with WoT Plus you can move around bounty, you can move around stage 1 experimental equipment, and you can move around standard equipment. Bond equipment does not get moved, and experimental equipment that is level 2 or 3 will not be moved. So this only works with standard, bounty, and stage 1 experimental. So very useful, saving time with setting things up. This is a sort of an event announcer in the game. Like first kill, it'll be like first blood. And you can do male voice, female voice. I've gone with the announcer by Buddy and Old School. This is where you get your crew voices. If you want something other than the standard crew voices in the game, I think it makes it a little more fun. I have Deadpool. This particular Deadpool voice set is from the video game that I used to play, so that's why I like it a lot. I've also run the Minions. You'll learn what the gibberish means, and they're cute, but it's not clear. So just fair warning, Minions sounds fun, but you're going to have to learn Minion in order to understand what they're saying. Deadpool, pretty straightforward with what he says. And then you've got, things like Family Guy, some of the different CCs, G.I. Joe, Cobra, Duke, War Thunder, no idea. Fury Tank Schools down here. So there's a lot of options. This is all the English. Then you go to Polish, and there's German, French, Czech, Spanish, Georgian, Hungarian, Japanese, Romanian, Russian, Ukrainian, other. So you could change all the voices for all your crews to American, British. They're all going to be, what the British crew says, bam. Everybody says what the British crew says. Whether you're driving a Japanese tank or whatever, it's going to be that. But I'm going to keep my Deadpool setting. I should have kept the audio on because there's the sample that it just played in my ear. And again, just lots and lots of crew options. You can change the music if you want. Never tried any of these. I'm not a fan of the in-game music. I'm usually listening to my own other sound mods. I run the Girls in Panzer subtitles because I did pick up the Girls in Panzer package. And I like this because, again, it shows you a little picture of the girl and it tells you what they're saying. Because they babble a lot, I'm assuming because Japanese is complex and it takes a lot to say a simple thing, because it hit. That's probably like a 10-second voice message from that girl. I'm not kidding. They babble a lot. They're not as annoying as I thought they would be. Actually, I have not found them to be annoying. The other one I sometimes would run would be the Special Voices Disabler. This replaces Schwarzenegger, Mia Jovovich. I don't mind those. But like Cobra Commander and some of the ones that have been really annoying to me, I would turn this on if I'm going to be playing that, whatever those commanders are driving a lot. You could have a horn. I don't know if the Romulan cloak works. This used to be a thing for if you had camo net on your tank. I don't even know if I have camo net on anything in the game anymore, but that would play like the Romulan cloaking sound once your camo net kicked in. Then there's customizations. You can make tanks look how you want them to look. You want Type 59Gs to all look like Type 59 Golds. You want Type 59 Gold to not be gold. Whatever. IS-2 Berlin, or you can remove the style. IS-22S, removal of that style. So these are, you can pick whether you want them to look with the skin or without the skin. I don't touch any of this. I do run the brighter lights for the Halloween 3D styles. So that's going to bring up this preview here, and you can see, the red spotlight is a little brighter. It's subtle difference, but I like that one. You can have custom marks of excellence. Again, I just leave the standard ones on, or you can hide marks. If you're into politics and you want to change your Soviet stuff to Ukrainian, whatever. Minimap mods. Nope. Map mods. I changed my base circles to blue. Again, visual preference for me. None of them have a preview. Okay. Fast reconnect in case I disconnected from the game, especially during battle. A Yuxin's mod. If you don't know a Yuxin's mod, it allows you to adjust the text of the things like your damage log in game, so that make it a little more easy to read with a bigger font, essentially. Same font, but you change the scale. Player panels are on the 50%. You can go more and less here. So this is your showing like an HP on the team panel. So if you come over here, you can see these are full green, like start a battle, everybody's full health. Kind of wish these examples showed the differences, because basically this green bar goes down as they lose their health. And I generally run 50%, so it's not, I think this is a little too bright. This one's, it feels good to me. This one, a little bit too dark. So keep it at 50% for me. Again, your preference for whatever you want to have. And we have reached the bottom of the list. So there's where I have the Modpack version checker and the Modpack button in the garage. This allows you to open up your Modpack options, change things that, like say with the Mark of Excellence, I can have it change my colors and how that looks. You can change, or you can access battle hits through the Modpack button. It's the Modpack button allows you to access the mods you're running that have options or that you want to access in game. And the Modpack version checker simply makes sure that you're running the latest Aslains Modpack. And again, for me, grand total for everything I'm running is 157 megabytes of disk space. So not huge, not even a quarter of a gig. So again, if you go through and pick like everything that's in this mod pack, you can probably make this a humongous number. I've never looked at what it would be if you run like absolutely everything. Again, some of my choices in the list are, just things to make the game look better, or like with the voice of the crew, make it sound better. It's just my preferences. We go next, and it's going to say, here's your options. You want to delete your previous mods from the game? Yes. You want to delete Python XVM logs? Yes. Delete game cache. Only problem when you have problems with the game, not always. This happened to me when I used to run a garage mod. I had a minimalistic garage turned on, and when they did the Murny event, for some reason that made my game not work. So I had to delete the game cache, and then I actually had to go and delete another file as well. I was a pain to fix, so I don't run those mods anymore. I have not had any issues with the selections I've shown you guys. Create a folder with all the fonts used in the mod pack for Mac OS. Create shortcuts to the applications on the desktop. It's up to you. I recommend what I have here. Delete these two, leave those blank. Next, it's going to tell you what it's going to do. World Tanks folder, yes. Clean the res mods and mods folders, yes. Current date and time. Build date, modpack by Aslain, the version, the client we're doing it on, the destination folder. Installation type, custom installation. You can do, there are some default ones. And it lists all the selections that I have from each section. Now this is a little confusing because it's like showing me spotted marker version 1, hide icon undetected. So this is like a whole category. Panels by Aslain. And you get to the mini map. So it shows you everything and it allows you to look over your list before to see if you somehow miss something that you know you wanted to have. You click install. And again, because I'm not really changing much. Done. It's finishing it up. Now, typically, for me to update, it's just download the new version, click next, update, install, done. Only takes a couple seconds. And then if you want to keep your XVM stuff up to date, check that box before you click finish. If you want to join Aslain's Discord, there's that. If you want to donate to Aslain, he has options here. I do the Patreon support, give him $1 a month for $1 a month for using a mod pack that is very great. And then please click on the thumb up for mod pack. So that takes you to the World of Tanks mod page where you can say whether or not you like Aslain's mod pack. And we're done. We can go play the game with all those wonderful things in there. So thank you for watching, and hopefully this helps you out. Have a good day. Bye.